Welcome to the Real Film Nerds Podcast.
Well, welcome back, everyone, from a wonderful Thanksgiving break. At least I hope all of you had a wonderful one. I know I did, hanging out with Mysterious Mike Talent and his children's and Maniacal Mags and all those wonderful things. So this week, Real Film Nerds episode number 401, Mike and I have to be on our best behavior because we are merging Ma Hinshaw Loses Her Cookies with the Real Film Nerds podcast, because those two saw a movie that I did not see and I don't really care to see. And so they're going to talk about it, and I'm just going to sit here and I am just going to moderate maybe, or I'll just try and keep up. I don't know. So joining us, the infamous Mysterious Mike Talent and Ma Hinshaw.
Wow. This is a treat. Matt, I thought you had seen it, Matt. I thought you had actually gone to the theater to see Moana 2. I thought it was going to be...
Zero desire to see Moana 2.
Okay. Have you seen Moana 1?
No, I have not. I've seen parts of Moana 1 when I am forced with my sweet little booger, but that is it.
Oh, okay.
Hi, Mom. How are you?
Hi, I'm fine.
So, see,
Great.
she is here. She's just not talking because she's trying to figure out how we're not going to talk over each other. So we'll see how that goes. This might get real fun and crazy and wild. So, Ma Hinshaw in the house. Mike, are you going to call her Ma Hinshaw? Are you going to call her Marie? Or are you going to call her Mom? Or what are we doing here?
I can call her Ma Hinshaw. That's fine.
Okay, Ma Hinshaw Loses Her Cookies. This would be episode 99, I think, or something like that.
My podcast would be 91.
91. And this is 401 for the Real Film Nerds. So if this works out good, this is just how we might do it from here on out. But I don't know. We'll see. Ma's quite busy. She makes lots of cookies, and so she can't always join us. Right, Mike?
That's right. And also with the time changes between Arizona and the East Coast. I know Arizona doesn't change, but the East Coast does. Could be a little bit difficult at certain times of the year.
Well, especially for Ma Hinshaw. She needs to make dinner for my father and everyone else. So anyways, all right, we will you know what? I started it. I'm just going to do this. Mom, how terrible was Thanksgiving without me?
It was horribly lonesome and so terribly quiet, except for Janice. And she's
so
never
it wasn't quiet at all. Yeah, she was screaming and crying.
Yeah.
Did Frank fart during the prayer again?
No, I was very disappointed. He did not, maybe after the meal, but not during the prayer.
Mike, how's yours?
Oh, my Thanksgiving was great. You were there, dude.
I was there.
Yeah, it was a good time. The Thanksgiving with the family and the kids having to get to see their cousins, and I got to see my sister and her family, and yeah, it was nice. It was a nice time. Lots of food.
I know. I'm still eating it, and I weighed myself, and I should not have. I was talking about it on the radio today, and I cried.
Oh, did you really cry on the radio with Lisa Live?
Yep, I'm sensitive, Mike. You know this. I'm very sensitive.
Okay. Well, I guess I should have listened this morning. That would have been a great one.
Yeah, you should have. So, guess how many Thanksgiving dinners I had officially?
2?
Mom, I said it on the radio.
I know how many you had. 4.
I meant 4. Yep, I had 4.
4 Thanksgiving dinners? Man,
Yep.
Rocking it.
Yep, I had one for work. I had one with Lisa. I had one with you. And what was my 4th one?
Your sister.
Oh, yep, and my sister's work and Heather's work. Yep. That was the first one. It was actually Heather's work was first, and then Heather's work, and then my work, and then Lisa, and then actual Thanksgiving with the Mike Talented family.
Oh, so Matt, your work one, was it like a potluck or whatever, just for Thanksgiving?
Yeah, it was a potluck, and I brought they have this raw broccoli salad thing at Costco, and everybody there really loves it. And they're like, just get that and just bring that. And I'm like, okay, done.
Oh, okay.
Yuck. Sorry, I said yuck.
You said yuck. You don't like raw broccoli, Ma?
I'm not terribly nuts about raw broccoli. I'd like it steamed or something.
So, all right. Well, should we move on, or should we keep talking about delicious Thanksgiving dinners?
We can move on, Matt, to your favorite movie that you didn't even watch.
I did not watch it. Moana 2. Mike, why don't you do us a favor, since Ma Hinshaw doesn't experience this, and break down Moana 2?
Okay. So Moana 2 was, it had 3 directors. Directed by David G. Derrick Jr., Jason Hand, and Dana Liddell Miller. And it was written by Jared Bush, Dana Liddell Miller, and Beck Smith, with Bryson Chun as additional screenplay materials. Moana 2 is starring... Oh, I've got to apologize in advance. I'm going to mess up these Hawaiian names. Ali Cravo, Dwayne Johnson, Halia Lee, Chung, and Rose Metafio. Yeah, I'm sure I messed those up. After receiving an unexpected call from her wayfinding ancestors, Moana must journey to fair seas of Oceania and into dangerous long-lost waters for an adventure unlike anything she's ever faced.
As bad as that was, Mike, I still don't think that was the worst you've ever done.
Oh, all right. What's the worst I've ever done? Let's go.
I'm pretty sure it was the Indian film that we watched, which I am RRR. That's what it was called. RRR.
Oh yeah, dude, that was okay. And that was that about this time of year? When did we watch RRR?
Yeah, it was a couple years ago now, and we still get a lot of views on that on YouTube and a lot of requests to watch more in Indian films. So we might have to do that.
I actually have a unique situation in my area. There are a lot of Indian films at the movie theater.
Oh, that's cool.
I just usually don't see them because I don't know what they're about. And I'm not sure if they're in subtitles or not. They probably are.
I would hope, or dubbed. I mean, I'd rather have subtitles than dubbed, but Ma Hinshaw can't read, so we can't do that.
Well, it doesn't matter. I will take a translator who may not read well, but I can go do that. Oh well.
So, all right, let's just get this rolling. Ma, you're going first. What are your first impressions on Moana 2?
Well, I thought it was really good. I wasn't sure where they were going with it, but I enjoyed Moana 1 a whole lot. And the beginning is really cool in one spot where she saves Pooh and Hey. That was just really fun. But I and then it goes from there. And I thought it was good. I think real little kids like my 2-year-old granddaughter, some of it they would probably not understand. But all in all, it was great to me. How about you, Mike?
Well, this was a unique movie theater experience for me because I brought the whole family. So Maniacal Mags and my son and daughter were also in this. My daughter's 3 and my son is 4, and we weren't sure how it would go. And we also brought my niece and nephew, so they're cousins to it, who are also the same ages and have never been to the theater. And my kids have only been to the theater two or three times. I think it was 2. So we weren't sure
only
exactly.
2 or 3 times by the time they're 3. That's freaking impressive, Mike, and you know it.
Well, I have to say one of those times, Matt, I rented out the theater, so it didn't matter when Flynn was just running around the whole theater. So
best way to watch a movie.
Yeah. Well, that was back during COVID when renting a theater like for a new movie wasn't actually that expensive. It was like, I don't know, I think it was like $100 and like 20 people could come.
Oh, that's awesome.
Wow.
Yeah. So those days are gone. But anyway, the movie was good. I I think the songs, like I guess the music in it could have been maybe a little bit better, but overall, I really had a good time, and the kids had a just fantastic time. They've seen Moana, the first one, I don't even know how many times, like 15, 16 times, and we have Disney Plus, and I'm pretty sure Disney Plus is like looking at the data for how many times movies are streamed at like the same like account and stuff, and getting an idea of where the demand would be. And obviously, they had to hit it out of the park with this one, Matt, because the Thanksgiving total for domestic for this movie was 225 million, which is huge.
Oh, yeah. We haven't seen numbers like that all year.
Yeah. And then, they had the Thanksgiving, like, because it came out on Wednesday. So it's kind of got like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, or Wednesday and Thursday are extra days, so it's a little bit weird. But anyway, and then I guess it made a bunch of money overseas. So I think it's already at like 368 million or something for its opening weekend.
So basically, this is saving Disney. That and Wolverine and Deadpool and Wolverine. Yeah,
they're definitely getting their money out of both of those movies, right? Like Wolverine and Deadpool probably cost quite a bit to make. This one I think might have been a little bit less. I'm not 100% sure on the budget. I think it was like 150 million ish. I think Deadpool Wolverine was probably closer to 200 million or more. But
yeah, the estimate is 150 million for this one. Yeah.
Yeah. But overall, man, this was a good sequel. I think it's always hard to be as good as the original. So I liked this movie, and my kids loved it. I have like one little complaint, but I'll throw that at the end or when we're in the spoiler zone. So, but other than that, yeah, it was good.
All right, so Ma,
Yes.
should parents take their children's or grandchildren's, in your case, to the theaters and go watch Moana 2 if they haven't yet? Because clearly most of the U.S. already has.
Yes, I really think they should, because the digital animation is absolutely gorgeous. I just loved it. And the water and the islands, the whole 9 yards, it's just beautiful at the movies, especially if my granddaughter had been awake, but she fell asleep. She had a lot of popcorn in her tummy. She watched the very first part and then passed out. I'm sure she'll watch it again because she watches Moana over and over and over. And I know she'll love it. I think she'll love it. I know if your kids did. And I loved that they had it was her brother. Is that correct? The little child, or was it a sister? I think it was a brother. Anyway.
I think it was a sister? I don't know. Her sibling?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Did you? It was a sister then. Okay.
I think so. I'm not 100% sure they ever really said.
Uh-oh. What happened to my mom? I think she might have paused or muted herself or something.
It looks like she paused. Oh, she's back.
Oh, there she is. She's back. Okay, we got her back. Woo.
Phone call. I'm sorry.
Who was calling you and interrupting our podcast? How dare they?
Your sister, okay?
Of course, because she doesn't realize that you do a podcast every freaking Monday with us.
No, she doesn't.
Which sister? The one I like or the one I don't like?
Which one? No.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't like either of them.
I know, that was a trick question.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So, Mike, same question. Should people go see Moana 2 in the theaters if they haven't yet and spend their money and eat popcorn and keep the movie theaters going?
Well, I thought it was an excellent theater movie. It was an excellent family movie. I was a little leery of taking our kids because they are so young, but we strategically brought an adult for each child in case of any kind of need to take them out of the theater. because I kind of fully expected to actually leave the theater with one of the kids at some point, just because they were misbehaving or running around, or I don't know. But no, both the kids just sat. I think some of it was we gave them lots of candy, we gave them popcorn, and then we tilted back. These were reclining chairs. So we went to a Harkins that over there in Phoenix. I think it's pretty new, and it had the reclining chairs, Matt.
Yeah,
So-
well, what they're doing is I get this question a lot because I get a lot of people here that complain about, I'm not going to go to Harkins in Prescott Valley because it doesn't have the reclining seats. Well, they're retrofitting all of the Harkins down in Phoenix, and once they're done doing all of the seats in Phoenix, they're going to move up here. But God knows by the time they get up here if theaters are still going to exist. I don't know. But yeah, so they are doing that, slowly rolling that out on all the Harkins because they're realizing, why not just take it out, stop having all these uncomfortable seats and just trying to get as many people in when we can just have a handful of really nice cushy seats, and the people that go.
Yeah, so it was quite a nice experience, and I think, I don't know, my daughter was like infatuated with the movie, like from the beginning to the end. And that was surprising because I didn't know if she could, stomach sitting for a movie. I think this movie is about 92 minutes or 90 minutes long. So,
Hour 40, yeah, is what they have on IMDb.
okay, yeah. So that's even a little longer. And she was able to make it through the whole thing. Like, it was pretty crazy. She was so interested in it. She didn't really eat. She ate her candy, but she didn't really eat her popcorn. And then when it ended, she started eating her popcorn. Like, because she could start concentrating on that.
That's totally you. That's you all day long, man. She's totally you. So basically what you're saying, Mike, is for once you didn't have to hit your children.
Yeah. Usually I shake them, but the doctors gave me this great technique at the hospital. But no, I haven't had to do that at the theater yet.
Good. Ma, did you slap around Heather and or Booger when you were at the theaters?
No, I didn't. Jenny was really thrilled with the beginning part, and then she started eating popcorn, and I brought Cheez-Its, and she had some snacks, and her tummy got
You
full.
snuck food in? Ooh, I'm calling the theater police.
Yeah, you better. But I can't eat popcorn, which is sad, But anyway, when she ate that stuff and sat on Mom's lap, she fell asleep.
So
But
what about Frank? Did you slap around Frank?
He didn't go. He didn't
Oh,
want to
of
go.
course not. How dare he
He
bond
went
with his child and his wife and his grandmother? I get it.
No, he
Or
went to
mother-in-law,
Gladiator.
sorry.
He went to Gladiator instead.
No,
So,
that's a really good movie, and Mike hasn't made it to that yet. So that's what I
Oh.
saw instead of Moana 2.
Yeah,
there-
no, I haven't had a chance to see that one.
Dude, it's
Well,
awesome. You got to see it in the theaters. You have to. Huh?
Mhm.
You agree?
I agree totally.
So,
Go
all right.
see it in the theaters too. Awesome.
All right. So since Mike usually is doing this part, I'm just going to jump to it. Ma, what are you drinking this lovely afternoon, evening, morning, blah, 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 whatever Mike says?
Well, I'm drinking something that probably I don't think many people like anymore, but I'm old and I really like it. It's eggnog with a titch. Well, I don't have rum, so I put in Captain Morgan and a little bit of nutmeg on top, and it's yummy. What are you drinking?
I think she's asking you, Mike. Oh, I think you're on mute because I don't hear you at all.
Me or him?
No, Mike.
Oh,
Mike was talking and I don't hear him at all. See, this is the technical difficulties of trying to do some fancy, cool, fun stuff
yes.
with three of us. But I'll just go ahead and answer what I'm drinking. So what I am drinking is the Big Blue Van, which is a local brewery over here in Arizona that is a blueberry Hefeweizen beer. It's quite delightful. Oh, you figured it out, Mike?
Maybe.
Yep.
I don't.
I got you.
Hear?
I hear you now, Mike. So I was just telling the lovely listeners that I'm drinking a Big Blue Van, which is delightful. The blueberry beer. Did you have one of those when you were here? I should have gotten you one of those. They're very good.
No, I didn't have one.
And
Sounds good, dude.
are you still going through your Aldi pumpkins, or do you have something Cool.
Yes. So I still got just a couple more pumpkins. I got one of those Sam Adams Jackos, and yeah, just enjoying it. Good stuff.
Alrighty. So, Ma, do you want to ask Mike this question, or should I ask him? Because I know you listen to the podcast every week. So, Ma, do you want to ask him?
Ask him. No, you go ahead and ask him.
All right, Mike. What is this week's Moana-rific dad joke?
I got dad jokes. I don't think they understand though. Gotta think I'm funny. Other people never laugh though. Dad jokes.
Oh, I don't think I have a Moana-rific one. I should have gotten a Moana-rific one.
Yeah, I figured you would have gotten like something Hawaii related or something The Rock related, or I don't know. But you'll figure it out.
Yeah, it's okay. All right. So, did you hear about the restaurant on the moon?
I did not. Ma, did you hear about the restaurant on the moon?
No, I did not.
Great food, no atmosphere.
Oh.
See, she's the one that likes the dad jokes. Of course she does.
I love the dad joke.
Oh, God. All right. So I know this next question is going to be super, super difficult. He seems to be in every single movie we've done this year, at least a lot of them. Mike, how does Moana 2 relate to the Marvel Cinematic Universe?
Matt, that is a great question. When we're talking about he seems to be in everything, are you talking about The Rock?
Yes, sir.
He's not in the MCU.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I swear I thought he was in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
No, he's not in the MCU.
Oh, that's right. He's in DC. He plays Black Adam. Damn it.
Yeah, so anyway.
Crap.
The real tie-in for the MCU is one of the writers, Beck Smith, also did some editing work on Captain Marvel, script revision. So.
Dude, do you know who else? I'm pretty sure he's been in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Who?
Alan Tudyk. Hasn't he done voices for the Marvel Cinematic Universe?
I think I looked, and I don't think I saw anything.
I could be wrong.
He did Spider-Man 2. He did Spider-Man.
He's in the MODOK TV series, Aladdin. Alan Tudyk is in there you go, Deadpool 2.
Oh,
yeah, he was in Deadpool. Yeah, that's all right. And he was actually in Deadpool 2, but that's not technically MCU then. It would have been Fox. Damn it, now we're going down a dark hole, and we don't need to do this because we could have special guest Ma Hinshaw on. So I'm going to stop, and I'm going to let you guys get to the spoiler section. Ready, set, go.
Okay. I'll talk real quickly. The only thing I had kind of a weird issue with is the end when Moana is facing I don't even remember the name of the kind of the bad guy, essentially.
Dalu?
Yeah, that might be it. We don't really see anything. Like, it's just like thunderstorms and like clouds and stuff. And I felt like that was kind of like, well, nothing? No kind of creature or anything? Like, I don't know. The first movie had like the fire monster, and my daughter's like, where's the fire monster? She was like yelling in the theater. So I don't know. I thought that was a little bit, but at the same time, Flynn really liked the water spouts, because there was like a bunch of water spouts that were spawned off, and the lightning that was in them. Like, that was really cool visually. So that looked neat, but it was just kind of a little bit of a letdown. Like, I thought there would be some of that stuff that happened, and then you would see something, and then you never really did. And then, like, there's still more, but like, I mean, most of that scene was pretty good. It was just, that seemed kind of weird. Like, they were like fighting the environment pretty much.
Mom, what about you?
I found Matingi or something, I can't pronounce her name clearly, the kind of bad lady with the bats and stuff, that
yeah,
I I couldn't figure it out if she was good or bad. Myself, and I'm a grown up, and I think the kids would go, was she good? Or was she bad? Besides, yeah, Nalu, you couldn't see Nalu. He was like just a storm of clouds and stuff, which I thought that was kind of weird. Yeah. And then I was not sure, when they find the island and there's all these critters with teeth, and I had figured that out. I was like, and the kids probably, I don't know if these characters were in the first movie, but I really didn't realize they were coconuts.
Yeah. The coconuts. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought that was a fun scene where they like work together and stuff. I thought that was actually really creative with like the giant clam or whatever.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that was good. It was. Anyway, and I can't help it. I just love Hey Hey was always just so much fun, and that's why I guess I had to Google it, because in the movie, Maui keeps saying stuff about the chicken, and I'm like, well, is Hey Hey a chicken or a rooster? Well, come on, it's a rooster, but he kept picking on him and calling him a chicken,
Yeah. He kept saying, "Oh, look, snack, lunch, or what did he say? Boat snack or something."
Right.
Yeah.
And bacon.
I guess another thing that was, it was fine. It went with the story, but he's such a fun character. Is Maui wasn't in this for a while.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't show up for a while in the movie, and that's okay. But I think the kids would have liked to see him earlier. At least my kids would have. But it was fine for the story, because he's not normally, he's demigod or whatever. He's not usually just hanging out with these islanders. So that made sense. It was just...
Yeah, well, my granddaughter brought her Maui to the movie, and he's kind of big and a hard Maui. So she sat there holding him. They just love Maui to pieces.
Wait, hold on. Did you just say big and hard, Mom? This is not that kind of podcast. This is a very respectable podcast. How dare you?
I had to carry Maui everywhere with me in my lap because she didn't want to carry him except at the movies. And I was like, oh my goodness. But she loves Maui. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And I agree with you. They should have maybe brought him in there earlier, And it was so funny. For grown-ups, hey, there's some really funny lines. There are some really good lines in that movie. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure. The Maui and Moana at the theater we went to, Matt, they had a giant display.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like life-size characters of them, and they were huge. So that was really interesting.
Were they like paper cutouts, or were they like physical sculptures?
No, they were like plaster sculptures. Wow. I thought shipping them would have been a nightmare. I was envisioning the logistics. But anyway, it was... The kids loved it. They went up to them and stuff, and they're huge. So I have pictures with them at these I guess faux statues or whatever. Man, it was crazy.
Just what I was going to ask is if you got pictures, because that's one thing. You took a lot of pictures of me and the children's, and I didn't get any of them because they weren't on my phone. So I'll have to get some of those from you in the near future, because Ma Hinshaw wants to know what your little children's look like too. So
I do. I would love to see the Munchkins.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. One's a mini me, and then the other one's a mini Maggie, and we're good.
It's very, very true. They do follow both of your personality types, not just because that's how their genders are. Yeah, your daughter is very much maniacal Mags, and your son is very much you. I can tell very, very early on already. But so, all right, Mike, we got, I think, all of your questions out of the way. So I need to, do my mom's questions, the most important questions of her podcast. Mom, any nudity?
Nope.
No nudity. So No six-pack abs, no nothing. It was just animation, and you were disappointed.
There were sort of six-pack abs. Yeah, there was a few folks that were pretty buff, but
But they're
not big.
cartoons, right?
They're cartoons, so they're not gonna. Yeah, there you go. No.
Okay, next one. I guess how many snores? We already heard that little booger slept through the whole freaking thing. So that's
I was so disappointed.
one giant snore, I guess.
One giant snore for Janice. Oh, I fell asleep once, and I can't remember, but it wasn't a very long snore, but it was a snore too. And I have to mention that I loved the water because that was just really cool how they did the water. And I don't know how the kids liked it, but she was a wave finder, and the water would move, and she moved the water. It was cool. They got to see.
Yeah, she was a wayfinder. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Just that was awesome.
What about your daughter? Did she fall asleep at all? Because Heather usually always falls asleep and snores during movies when I've gone with her. Like always.
No, I do not believe she fell asleep. And of course I wasn't watching her, but I don't think so.
Well,
but
good. You would hear her. I mean, she legit snores.
She snores? No, she didn't.
Yeah,
so that's a bit.
She's like dad in that respect.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right. Well, I think we're quickly coming to a close. Mike, do you want me to talk about our review for next week, or do you guys want to do your ratings next?
Well, why don't you talk about our review for next week, and then we'll do our ratings.
Okay, so this is a film that came out on streaming. I don't think it's in the theaters anywhere, but if you don't have this particular streaming service, you can buy it or rent it on digital, which I use Vudu, but there's Apple TV Plus and there, all the systems, Amazon, all that stuff. But if you have Paramount Plus, you can watch the film with us. It's called Dear Santa, and it's written by one of the Farrelly brothers, or not written, directed by. No, it is. It's written by both the Farrelly brothers. It's directed by Bobby Farrelly. It stars Jack Black, Keegan-Michael Key, Post Malone, a handful of actors that are fairly well known, and it is a dark comedy called Dear Santa. And they make sure and point out on the movie poster that Jack Black is not Santa. If that's anything that leads you into what this film is going to be, it's going to be dark and fun and hilarious is what I'm hoping.
Wow, I don't think we've had anything from the Farrelly brothers in a while.
Right, yeah, and I only one of them directed it, but I believe both of them wrote it. Here, I'm looking through the IMDb's. No, one of them directed it, the other one wrote it. So cool. We'll see how it goes.
I'm looking forward to that. I love Jack Black.
Yeah, let's see. It looks like the last time Bobby did something, he did Champions in 2023. I'm not familiar with that. Then now he directed Loudermilk, which is a TV show. Oh, 2 of them are TV shows. 3 of them are TV shows. And then Dumb and Dumber 2 was their last big film, which was 2014. So 10 years in the making, I guess. Probably not really 10 years in the making, but it's been 10 years since they've done a film. So hopefully this is good. I got high hopes. I really do. But it's straight to streaming. So I don't know. I don't know how to judge that anymore because there's been some wonderful streaming content out. And so you can't really say that, they buried it on streaming when Paramount, especially right now, is really doing a hardcore subscription push. I mean, really hardcore with Yellowstone and Ghosts and all their other stuff. They're really trying to get people to sign on to Paramount Plus. And I know mine's getting ready to renew, so that sucks, but whatever. I'll pay for it. So anyways.
It would be Paramount Plus. It wouldn't be on Vudu, or would it?
No, it is on Paramount Plus. Correct.
Okay, got it.
You can buy it on Vudu if you want, but I'm not going to buy it since I pay for Paramount Plus.
No, right.
So, all right. Well, Ma, since you are our super special, amazing guest and you have hung in here through your daughter calling you and all this other chaos and, needing another eggnog with Captain Morgan, Ma, how many reels no, you don't do reels. You do cookies. Ma, how many Hawaiian cookies do you give Moana 2?
I give the pineapple Hawaiian cookies a 4.5.
4.5 pineapple Hawaiian cookies. So
Yes.
you love this movie. It's one of your best movies of the year.
I do kids movies. Yeah, it was really fun. It was really good. And you know why I love Hey Hey? Because every time I went to Hawaii, there were always the Hawaiian chickens running around everywhere, including the restaurants. And so I love that they brought that character into the movie.
That's some pretty fresh chicken.
Oh,
All right, Mike, how about yourself? How many reels do you give Moana 2?
I'm going to give Moana 2. I'm going to give it 3.5 reels. I thought the music was a little bit lacking compared to the first one, and some of the ending was a little bit like kind of weird. And then since we're still in the spoilers, the after credits scene, which isn't really too far into the after credits, it's like real quickly. It's like number 3 is probably on its way.
Well, and my mom was saying it's going to be live action.
Didn't look like. I mean, they had an animation of I don't know, a character. It might have been the guy that they defeated that we never saw. I don't know if I caught who it was.
I'm not sure. I'm just not sure, but I thought I heard that it might not be, but I could be wrong.
Well,
We'll
I don't know
see.
why they would change the formula if they're making money hand over fist
Oh.
with animation.
Yes, that's true. So it's probably animated. But I
Well-
know people go, oh, The Rock,
True. Everybody loves The Rock, right, Ma? Although
Mhm.
you're more of a Jason Momoa fan. Or
Oh, yeah.
Mimosa, sorry.
Oh, yes. Jason Mimosa all the way. Yay.
All right. Well, kids, do you have anything else you would like to add about Moana number 2?
I think I'm good. Nope.
No, I think I'm good, dude. It was enjoyable movie theater experience, and I'm sure Disney's very pleased with their results.
So, well, all right, Mike, do your thing. Take us out of here.
All right. Well, thanks for listening, everybody. Make sure to catch us on the socials: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and we'll catch you next week. Thanks for listening, everybody.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to The Real Film Nerds. Now, don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Real Film Nerds. Now, go out and catch a movie.